Do you ever have those days where you have to refilm a video like 3 times because you're just never happy with it, and in one of them your shirt looks really weird and you have to fix it? It's been one of those days. I've got a theory, it could be bunnies.
Bunnies aren't just cute like everybody supposes. They've got them hoppy legs and twitchy little noses. And what's with all the carrots? What do they need such good eyesight for anyway? Bunnies! Bunnies, it must be bunnies!
Or maybe scraps. So originally my plan with this video was to do like a Jenna Marbles-y, like things that mildly annoy me as like a joke, like thinking it was funny and picking like really ridiculous things to annoy me. But then I couldn't really think of ridiculous things. Like really, in this world, the only thing that majorly annoys me is when people deny me food. So I took to the internet. I started reading blog posts which were like 100 things that I hate or 100 things that I dislike, and it ended up actually making me kind of sad because most of these blog posts, you know, like with these 100 things that made them mad or they hated or whatever, people who. I hate people who. So it's not hating the act that the people do, it's hating the people that do the act, and I don't think that's okay. We as society are using the word hate way too loosely nowadays. Like, it's kind of like love has a lot of meanings. Like, I love my dog, I love my husband, and I love tacos. All different kinds of love, but yet there's one word, and it gets really confusing sometimes. Friend zoning really complicated. I love you like a brother. What? So it got me thinking, how can I solve the problem? Well, you have to like get out there to solve these problems and do something. You can't just like say it's bad and then continue doing it. So I have decided to make a new challenge for myself. I'm going to do everything within my power to stop using the word hate. I'm going to use everything in my power to stop saying the word hate, at the very least in my videos, because I think it's a really negative word and we shouldn't be hating people who do things. It's fine to not like the things that they do, but you shouldn't be hating people. Come on, like, we all have something in common. We're all human. We can't hate each other. We're all we have. So rather than titling this video things that I hate, or things that mildly annoy me, because I'm not completely a copycat, I've decided to call it things that slightly disturb me. I don't know how many things there will be, because they're all just gonna come from the top of my head. But whatever, it's fine. Thing that mildly disturbs me, 1. That's a really weird way to say that. So yesterday, I was waiting for my friend to come over, and I was laying on my couch, and I kind of got into this weird, went down this weird rabbit trail on YouTube, and I found somebody that made, videos of all of movies, so if you have a series of movies, they made all of the trailers from when the series started to the last one. It was really awesome. So I watched all of the trailers for the Child's Play series. I watched all of the trailers for Halloween. Started on the Scream series, and then I was like, wait a minute, I remember something. I remembered that it was announced earlier this year or last year that they're making a new Chucky movie called Cult of Chucky, and I was like, is there any updates on that, right? So I go to YouTube first, and there's a trailer for it, and so I start watching, and there's just something off about it. And you know what it was? It wasn't real. Someone made it. Okay, here's my thing. I appreciate the fact that you want to be artistic and you want to make something into your own. I appreciate that. I love that. I would probably even watch it if you labeled it fan-made trailer. But no, instead, you named it Cult of Chucky trailer, and it wasn't, okay? It's bad marketing, man. You gotta be honest about what you're selling. You gotta. No, really though, I love the idea of fan-made stuff. I love fan fiction. I love fan art. I love fan trailers when they are labeled as what they are. I ended up down an even weirder rabbit trail where I started reading fan-made stories of Chucky fighting the dummy from Goosebumps, and it was like my childhood exploded. I was actually really terrified of Chucky as a kid. I would have, okay, hear me out though. The only glimpse I ever saw of this doll was a trailer for Bride of Chucky on Lifetime when I was I don't know, 6. And this, thing with all of these stitches was trying to kill people. It was terrifying. And then my friend told me that a mad scientist made him and wanted to turn everyone else into dolls, so then I was scared I would be a doll, and it was just terrifying for my 6-year-old mind, okay? I was petrified of Chucky. My dad took me into this Halloween store one time, and they had the life-size doll of him, and I cried. It was awful. But then I saw Child's Play, and I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. Interesting. It's more scary in my head than it is in real life. What? Well, that was a rant. The second thing that slightly discomforts me, when girls try to look cute chewing their gum. You don't need to look cute chewing gum, and you don't need to impress me. It's weird. Working like face-to-face customer service, you run into a lot of people, and one of the things that just like, and it's not like I'm trying to be mean, like in all reality, it's a free country, chew your gum how you want, but like I just stare at your mouth when you're like this. I'd like a vanilla dolce latte. Chew with your mouth closed, girl, or just chew, it's okay to chew gum normal. Okay, it's okay. Man, I wish I had a piece of gum, but I don't, because I'm lame. The third thing that slightly discomforts me. Okay, so this is gonna be another rant one, so just grab your popcorn, grab your soda. Soda's bad for you, but drink it anyway, and just listen. So last night I was on Facebook, and I follow Candace Cameron Bure. It's really hard to say her name sometimes. The fabulous DJ Tanner from Full House. And she was like promoting some show from Hallmark. I think maybe her daughter was in it or something. Like I really, like this was, that's the lack of information that was included in all of this. Like, so just, you know, I didn't know who the actress was that she was promoting. I don't know the premise of the show, but she was promoting it. And so I was like gonna read through the comments to see if I could figure out like what it was about. The first comment that pops up is from Candace herself. And it says, "Before you judge me, you should watch the show. It has absolutely no witchcraft. You should not be judging my Christianity," and a bunch of other things. And I'm like, what? So I decide to read through the rest of the comments, and people are verbally attacking Candace Cameron Bure, DJ Tanner, because she's promoting the show with the word witch. Apparently that promotes witchcraft. Now, one, you know, I don't want to get into like the political Christian side of this, but it does go back kind of to the Harry Potter argument. Do we let our kids watch Harry Potter? Will they cast spells on us? You know, and even my parents had that rule. My mom and dad were terrified for me to watch Harry Potter, and I had to sit down at the table with them. My dad denies this, but it happened, and promised them I wouldn't try to cast spells on them if they let me watch it. Not even, you know, to be fair, my parents were just concerned for me. They didn't want me getting involved in something that could be really bad, because, you know, there's some things that you can't tamper with that could end up being really bad. That being said, later on in my life, my dad started giving me a really good piece of advice, and that was, movies are entertainment. If they don't entertain you, don't watch them. And I think the same thing can be said for a show. If you don't like it, don't watch it. But you're not really going to benefit anyone. You're not going to benefit yourself, and you're not going to benefit Candace Cameron Bure by attacking her verbally and questioning her belief system on Facebook. That's not what it's for. Facebook is for liking and following and friending and showing pictures of your dinner and your babies and your engagement and your wedding. That's all it's for. No, really, I'm all about people standing up for what they believe in, but, you know, just in my experience, it's a lot more beneficial if, you know, you have a belief like that. Like, let's just say there's something wrong with the show. There's something genuinely wrong with it. I don't feel like you're going to get across to people the same way on Facebook that you could in person. So, like, if there's a friend of yours that's watching the show and you feel like it's inappropriate, you could always just sit down and have a kind conversation where you say, hey, you know, I just wanted to let you know there's a lot of bad background behind this that a lot of people don't know about, and I just don't think it's appropriate. Rather than attacking people on the internet. And honestly, a lot of people don't do that anymore, so it'd be quite a shock, and I feel like it would be a lot more effective. That can go for anything else too. The elections, I was having like anxiety thinking about voting because people on either side were just mean. It was awful, okay? Let's just be kind. Let's see, if we don't have anything nice to say, let's not say anything at all. Saying it out loud can also come across a lot better because you can use your facial expressions and your gestures along with your vocal delivery to show how you're meaning it to sound, because this can sound very different in many ways. Let's eat, Grandma. Let's eat, Grandma. Let's eat, Grandma. Let's eat, Grandma. See, like, you can't really decipher that easily. You know, even if there's a comma there, there's no inflection. You don't know how I'm saying it. Let's eat, Grandma. That's all I have to say about that. Just be nice to each other on the internet. Calm down. It's gonna be okay, I promise. The next thing that slightly discomforts me is the fact that my dog has arguments from the balcony. What are you arguing about? It is not worth it. Is that dog Facebook? Are balconies dog Facebook? Hashtag dog Facebook.
Hashtag dog Facebook.
What just happened? The next thing that slightly discomforts me is that gloves are so easy to lose. It's just really annoying. You always just have one glove in your purse and you don't know what on earth happened to the other one. I don't know why I was thinking about gloves. You know, like in movies, how the princess always wears the gloves that are like up to here. Have you ever noticed the fingers always look kind of weird, like they're seamed weird? Yeah. I find it slightly discomforting at my school that there's these benches with tables that I always want to sit at because they just look super comfortable, but they're always taken. There's people like laying there and sleeping there and just sitting there talking. Like, maybe I really just want to study somewhere comfortable. Ugh. I don't know where that one came from. I find modern day bathing suits for women slightly discomforting. They're just not really made to fit real women. That's it. I find it mildly discomforting, the Mandela effect. Darth Vader didn't actually say,
Father, he said no.
I find that really just discomforting. Like, even if we were all just wrong, that just means that many people were just wrong about like one of the most famous movies of all time. Like, we were all just wrong. We didn't pay attention. I never really watched a whole Star Wars movie until I met my husband, and it's not because I'm like a failure of a human. I know people are gonna like, what? It was just because like we didn't own them and they would come on TV and already be like half over by the time we watched them. So I just never watched them all like in order. I find it slightly discomforting that people tell you you're not like a human if you don't do something. Like, if you've never been to Awful Awful in Reno, you are terrible. Never seen Star Wars, you're terrible. Never eaten sushi, you're terrible. By the way, if you're struggling with the idea of eating raw fish or just sushi in general, vegetarian sushi is a really great gateway sushi because you still kind of get that fishy like taste on the seaweed, but it's not like totally committing. So get used to eating vegetarian sushi and then branch out from there. You're welcome. I find it mildly discomforting that people think cows don't have feelings, like physical feelings. They're like, oh, they're fine. No, cows feel, everything feels. Air feels. But really though, I think we should be nicer to cows. Like, you know, if you're gonna eat meat, whatever, just be nicer, you know? Like, buy cows hay sometimes. I don't know. I feel for cows, and I feel for fish, and I feel for crabs, and I feel for lobsters. I feel sad for them because everyone's like, oh, they're fine. No, they're not. It hurts. It's slightly discomforting when bees sting my dog in the butt, which happened yesterday. But here's the thing. I don't hate all bees for it. You know, sometimes bees gotta sting. They get scared and they attack you, but then again, I don't understand it because it kills the bees. But really, we gotta be nice to bees right now. Bees are having a hard time. Species of them are going extinct, and we need bees for avocados and flowers and like things that we like. So just be nice to bees. Plant wildflowers so they have more places to pollinate and make more bee babies, because it's important. Hashtag bees. I find the noises that my ceiling makes when it's windy slightly discomforting. Like, it honestly just sounds like the whole thing's gonna cave in. I know it won't, I hope it won't, it shouldn't, but I think about it sometimes. I find long toenails slightly discomforting. They terrify me. Like, my toenails are so short, it's terrifying, but I'm terrified of long toenails, so that would be why. Hey guys, that was 10 things that slightly or mildly discomfort me, depending on what I said, because I'm not going over and doing that again. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below. What slightly discomforts you? Is there anything out there that just like bothers you? So you're not willing to let it ruin a friendship? Comment down below and let me know. That'd be awesome. Also, you can follow Scraps at Scrappadapple on Instagram for daily cute pictures of him, and you can follow me on Twitter at Mika Classy Bird for daily random whatever happens on Twitter. I'm still learning the whole Twitter thing. Like, I was like adamant that I wasn't gonna get a Twitter, and then I decided to do this, and it just kind of needed to happen. So, tweet. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every like and every subscription. I've actually been noticing my subscribers have been going up, and that's been really exciting, so thank you for subscribing. I love doing this, and I hope I can continue to keep doing it, so thank you. Alright, you guys, you stay classy, and I'll see you whenever. Wahaha!